I-85 in northwest Atlanta, January 24th.
A close review of the formal protest by bidders for Atlanta airport concessions reveals city officials tried to limit what was put in writing and even destroyed some records. The protest will now be judged by a senior Atlanta official who told one subordinate not to put her concerns in writing. New at 6, Channel 2's Richard Belcher says disappointed companies are also interested in emails from the mayor.
Mayor Reed and his administration have argued, sometimes very forcefully, even angrily, that the airport bid process is the most open and transparent in city history. Losing bidders don't see it that way, and they have found some evidence to back up their claim that full disclosure was not what guided the selection of companies who'll do $3 billion worth of airport business. I spent part of the day going through dozens of exhibits attached to those protests filed with the city. Losing bidders have expressed intense interest in the process of evaluating the competing bids for airport contracts. We now know that the city produced notes taken by just one of 15 evaluators. An email from one. We were advised not to take any notes during the evaluation process. And this, I did have notes before the evaluation, but they were thrown away. And one evaluator saying there was a prohibition against note-taking during the collaborative process. 2 emails by Procurement Director Adam Smith suggest high-level concerns about containing information. Early last year, this, I have to review the resumes of each evaluator. I do have a concern, which I prefer to discuss offline. And this from Smith to a subordinate. Everything that we put in writing on this project will be subject to open records, which could possibly be detrimental in some way in the future. One protest letter specifically complains that the city has refused to release procurement-related emails written by Mayor Reed on his campaign email account and on his old law firm account. The same issue came up in court last week.
They said they had done nothing to determine whether personal email accounts were used to transact city business. That needs to be looked into because we found some pretty relevant emails already that personal accounts were used to transact city business.
Channel 2 filed an open records request for selected emails on the mayor's private accounts. His communications director said today the city will comply. Sanjay Jacobs also says it's not unusual for elected officials to keep an old email account during a transition into public office. She did not, however, comment on the efforts by the city's procurement director to avoid putting some things in writing. Glenn?
Right now, skies are clear across northern Georgia, but I'm